Am I the a-hole for sleeping with another girl after she told me that she didn't want to become official? I've been casually seeing this girl Amy for a few months now. We've been sleeping together and we might occasionally go out together, but for the most part, it's just late night hookups. Even though our relationship is mostly just sex, I do enjoy her company outside of that, and she's definitely got more to offer. A few days ago, we were laying in bed and I told her that I wanted to take things more seriously between us. She said, "I'm flattered. I really like you. The sex is great. You're a great guy. I want us to keep seeing each other, etc., but I'm not in a position to be your girlfriend or take a relationship seriously." She basically gave the "it's not you, it's me" speech, but in many more words. It stung hearing that because I did want something more with her, but it is what it is. I'll take the L and move on. One of my boss's clients is this rich bastard who throws these big parties at his house 3 to 4 times a year. The previous 2 parties that he threw, my boss invited me, and I took Amy as my +1. But I obviously didn't want to go with her this time. I hit up some people to see if anyone was interested, and this girl Lisa was down. Lisa and Amy turned out to be friends. Not close friends, but they're connected in social media. I don't have social media and I have no idea they knew each other. We ended up going together and hooked up by the end of the night. The next day, Amy starts blowing up my phone and starts going off on me for partying with another girl. At this point, I didn't even know how she knew, but then she said that she saw Lisa's Insta stories or whatever it was. She was absolutely furious, but I told her that she had no right to be. She's not my girlfriend. She doesn't have any say in what I do or who I do it with. Amy asked me if I slept with Lisa, and I said it was none of her business. She was absolutely raging, but I told her that I can do whatever I want with whoever I want because I'm single. Now for the top comments. Of course you're not the a-hole. Amy made it very clear that you two were just hooking up. Thus, she has no say in what you do and with whom. I don't know why she got mad. How are you going to reject me and then tell me what to do? Crazy. Because she wants to have you to herself, even if she doesn't want to commit more. This is the answer. She probably thought you liked her enough that you wouldn't pursue someone or be able to find someone while she kept her options open. Classic fool around and find out. In detail, she wanted you to be exclusive with her but not the other way around because she would lose her freedom. But when you confront her with the fact that by her phrasing you are entitled of your behavior, she suddenly realized that those kind of imbalanced relations works only with people with very low self-esteem or that are in a dark place in their life. Not with normal functioning people. Not the a-hole, and I'm happy you dodged a bullet. Bingo! This has happened to me quite a few times. It seems that women are less attracted to the guys that they can have and more attracted to those that are less attainable or slipping away, or whatever you call this. Not the a-hole. She either has you as a backup plan or wanted you to play games and ask harder. Either way, she is to blame, not you. The games people play and then get mad when they lose. I think this is less about Amy being jealous of OP and more like feeling she got one-upped by Lisa. She doesn't care that much about OP. I think it's more about her ego that she lost a man to a rival. And if she indeed cared about OP and was trying to play games with him, well, FAFO for her, with a dose of you get what you deserve. It's a good thing that now you can see Amy's true colors. Not the a-hole at all and bullet dodged. Yep, going out with Lisa was a blow to her ego. She got off on the thought of stringing OP along being her personal F-toy. It's not the fact that OP took someone else out for a good time. It's who OP took out. OP, woman here, you gotta drop Amy. Don't see her anymore. Block her everywhere. If she plays these games now, if you continue to see her even on a casual basis, she might play worse games with you. You don't need this drama. Cut her loose and move on. Next story. Am I the a-hole for giving my ex-fiancé a fake engagement ring? It was an honest-to-God marriage proposal. I very much wanted to marry her. She's just a klutz, and I didn't trust her with the real thing. I took her to Coachella for the second weekend and to propose. It was a great time, and she got to see no doubt who she loves because her dad used to listen with her when she was a baby. Anyway, I asked her to marry me and she said yes. She loved the ring. I had it resized, but it was the brass and moissanite copy I had made, so she would not lose or damage the real one at the concert. which she promptly did. And then she pretended not to. She said it was too tight and that she had it put away until we got back to Phoenix. When we got back, she asked me where I got the ring. I told her and she tried to replace it until they told her how much it cost. She came to my place crying to tell me she lost the ring and to beg my forgiveness. I told her right away that it was no big deal because I had a real one with me and we could go get it sized perfectly so she wouldn't lose it. My mistake, because she effing lost it. She went off on me for making her not enjoy the weekend because she was worried sick that she had lost her ring. If she had told me she lost it, I would have told her the truth, that I didn't want to take any chances with her ring at that massive venue. She screamed at me that I was a complete a-hole to make her worry like that. She said a lot of stuff that I guess had been building for a while, and she said things she could not take back. I told her to get out. She asked for her real ring and I said nope. I am not marrying someone who thinks this is the way to behave towards me. I told her she had to leave or I would get the security guys to get her out. She's only signed in as a guest, so it is not a big deal for me to get her out. I feel like I dodged a bullet, but also kind of bad that I didn't tell her at the concert that it was fake so she wouldn't worry. My parents were wondering why we broke up and I don't really know what to say. Lol, I like how after she did all that, she asked you for the real ring, not a-hole. I hope Opie laughed at her. I was just mad. So how much did the cheap ring cost? Cause to me, it sounds like good value for your money. $100. Was her plan to buy another exact copy of the engagement ring and never tell you? As in potentially spend thousands of dollars rather than admit to poor judgment/irresponsibility to her spouse? She went to a local jeweler with a picture and the information I gave her about the stone. It would have been difficult to get a copy since I got it in Canada. The level of planned deception to avoid admitting fault is really concerning. My dude, that's like a nuclear missile dodged. She lost the ring, lied about it, tried to double down on the lie by trying to replace it, then blamed you for her lies before running her stupid mouth, then asked for the real ring. She's 10 gallons of crazy in a 1-gallon bucket. The only ring she needs is a Nuva ring. But in all honesty, she'd probably lose that too. Next story. Am I the a-hole for not wanting my wife to do surrogacy? My 34 male wife Olivia 32 female was asked by her sister Sophia 29 female if she could be her surrogate. Sophia has struggled with infertility for years and she and her husband have been wanting a kid for a long time. Olivia and I have 4 sons, 10, 5, 5 and 3, and don't plan on having more children. Olivia wants to do this for her sister and already agreed to it before discussing it with me. After Olivia gave birth to our youngest, she suffered from postpartum depression. I'm worried that this might happen again, and not to mention the toll it will take on her body. I talked with her and told her my concerns, but she got defensive and began yelling at me, telling me that I'm a horrible person for not wanting to help Sophia and her husband after they've struggled for so long. I told her that I wanted them to be able to have a kid, but there were other options that didn't involve her. She shouted some more and stormed out of the house and didn't come back until the morning. I messaged Sophia's husband Dean, as he and I get along really well. I told him how I felt about the situation, and he completely understood and told me he'd talked to Sophia. He messaged me later that night and told me that he had tried to change Sophia's mind, but she wouldn't listen. When Olivia came home from work that night, she stormed up to me and slapped me. She told me that Sophia said Dean didn't want to follow through with the surrogacy because of me, and Sophia was really upset about it. Olivia called me selfish and told me to get over it because she's doing it regardless of how I feel. I've given up talking to her about it because I don't want her to get angrier. She's been sleeping in the guest bedroom, and I'm pretty sure she's only staying at the house because of the boys. We barely talk, and she doesn't even look at me. I got a message from Dean saying they've got an appointment later this week to begin the process. I don't know what to do anymore. I don't want to see her go through what she did again. I guess there's nothing I can do though. She's already made up her mind. Now for the top comments. Dude, I think your marriage has bigger problems than your sister-in-law's pregnancy desire. Yeah, I gotta ask Opie, does she hit you often? I've been on the end of this. I thought everything was fine and it was a few small cases with her. But then it dawned on me that 99% of the time, things were fine because things went her way and I acquiesced every time. Most of the time, we did truly agree, but the other times I just went along with it. So it wasn't until I looked at what happened when I stood up for myself and beliefs and realized those were all the times I was gaslit and hit. Not a-hole. This whole situation is no bueno. If she doesn't have a problem slapping you, then she won't have a problem doing worse. You need to seriously evaluate why you are staying. You could file for a restraining order and she would have to move out. The slap alone would push me to a divorce lawyer, not to mention all the shouting. This is what she'd like when she's not suffering from PPD? A friend of mine did this for someone. The hormones they put her through so she could carry the embryo were brutal. Her moods were off the chart. I'm sure she expects you to cater to her every passing whim. This doesn't sound like something that should happen without both married partners agreeing. Another thing the OP may not have considered, pregnancy doesn't always bring life. It can also bring death. Who will be responsible for that should the wife not make it through? Secondly, what if the baby doesn't make it? Is the sister going to come slap them both too? Would they sue them for failure to produce baby? What about all the additional medical charges for a risky pregnancy and birth? Just a normal birth is a rip-off. So who is financially responsible for all the things that can and probably will go wrong? Unless the OP extricates himself from this mess, he could be left in financial ruin. And his wife, if she makes it, will have ruined her health even more. And if she doesn't, leave her kids without a mom, just so her barren sister could have her own rugrat. I just get the feeling there's a lot of jealousy going on with the sister over OP's wife having 4 while she has none. And I would almost bet money that sister has something over her and has coerced her. Not the a-hole. She unilaterally chose a decision that will affect your whole family. Your concerns are valid. I don't like the fact that she physically assaulted you. She's now ignoring you, creating a hostile home environment for you and your children. A marriage is supposed to be a partnership. That is not happening. Is this normal behavior for her? Physically assaulting you? Giving you the cold shoulder? Unfortunately, I think this will be the straw that broke the camel's back. I doubt your marriage survives this pregnancy. You may not want to do it, but get a consultation from a divorce attorney. Your wife is taking you for granted. I'd also quit communicating with the in-laws. They will support her and drive a wedge between the two of you. Last story. Am I the a-hole for telling my girlfriend that my ex-wife was tighter? I, male 39, hate it when people make fun of others. I mean, I know that people can gossip and talk amongst friends about other people, and I'm guilty of that too. But I got very upset when my girlfriend, female 32, started talking about my ex-wife, female 42. I understand that disliking an ex isn't abnormal or anything, but my girlfriend is obsessed with my ex-wife and always try to make bad remarks about her. When it is just me, I don't care, because again, people gossip and talk smack about others in the privacy of their own homes. But this time, it was at a restaurant with some of her girlfriends and spouses. Somehow, the discussion became about my ex-wife's private part. Yes, don't ask me how, but they were discussing childbirth and body changes, age, etc. My girlfriend was a bit drunk and she was talking loudly. I hated it and asked her to stop talking. When I get upset, she doubles down because she starts thinking, why do you care? Why don't you want me to talk crap about your ex? She has told me this before. Now, she was talking about how my ex-wife must have a huge one. We have 2 children together, female 4 and male 2. The girls started laughing and saying, ew. I yelled to stop, but they ignored me. Then my girlfriend told me, why are you so agitated? Did we hit a nerve? I said actually no, my ex-wife was the tightest woman I have had. I don't know how she managed it, but she's very tight. They became silent and my girlfriend started crying. Then the women started yelling a-hole at me, and their spouses were between amused and scared. Then one of the spouses said, yeah, I don't think childbirth really affects this. I haven't noticed difference with women I have dated. I felt gratitude, but I was still being yelled at. And my girlfriend has not called or answered me since Saturday. I'm so tired. This whole situation sucks. If you're co-parenting with your ex, your girlfriend should know that part of dating you means having a cordial or at least neutral relationship with her, at least in front of you. She's way crossed the line. This is not somebody you can have around your kids. She's ghosting you? Cool. Saves you the trouble. Honestly, there's no circumstance in which body shaming another woman, let alone the mother of your children, is an acceptable action. She sounds like an absolute witch, and I wish nothing but the worst for her. 100%. You don't have to like her, but you can't actively bash on her, especially in public, for no good reason. What a childish, insecure woman to start ragging on the intimate part of OP's ex for literally no other reason than to be petty. Then the girlfriend's making ew noises? What is this? A Jimmy Fallon skit? They all need to grow up. Honestly, when I read the title, I was like, no way could you not be the a-hole. But then I read a post. Not the a-hole by super long shot. I dropped that girl like a bag of bricks. She's disrespectful, immature, jealous, and mean. You don't need someone like that in your life. Not the a-hole. What happens when she says something like this in front of you or to your children? She's not the person to have around. This is exactly my thought. The girlfriend hates the ex that much. I can't believe she'd be good with her kids. Happy to have read OP's comment that he is done with a girlfriend. But should that ever change, I wouldn't have her around kids at all. Not the a-hole. This is such a lack of respect for your ex-wife, but also for your feelings, that I hope that you have already broken with your girlfriend. Being drunk is not an excuse to discuss other people's private parts in public. What else is she okay to discuss aloud when you are not around? She won't change, because she is jealous and insecure of your ex. While writing this post, I literally thought, what am I doing? Yeah, I realized I am done. I am tired. I'm packing her stuff in a box and leaving it in the hallway. Great move. Really, the only move. She's a crap talker and you know she's crap talking you right now. You tried many times to let her know your feelings. Did she care? No. She went out of her way to disrespect the mother of your children in public. At a restaurant, where innocent people have to hear it. You put her in her place. Good for you. There is someone out there for you. However, make sure before they become your girlfriend that they can handle you having an ex and kids with maturity and respect. Not the a-hole.